G'day everyone, it's Curtis here and welcome to part 4 of my CFMOTO 450 MT build series. Today we're concentrating on protection. We're also going to be adding some parts that are just for looks. I'll talk about the mods I've added so far and my thoughts, fueling and what I've done to try and alleviate the problems I've been having, and also we're going to be doing another giveaway, so make sure you stick around for details on that. Here we have a heap of parts for the bike and they're all from B&B. We have the bash plate. This is the one I'm most looking forward to putting on. Stock bash plate is terrible, it's bending and damaged. This one looks fantastic, that's why I've gone with this one. We've got a exhaust bracket. It's like a hanger for your exhaust. It allows you to delete the rear foot pegs on that side and the whole part on the left-hand side, the passenger foot pegs. We have side luggage system. Basically that's for soft luggage and other stuff. It goes along here and hangs down a bit, so when you put soft luggage on, it doesn't flap around. What else have we got? Lower chain guard, and that's aluminium one, looks pretty trick. I'm gonna put that on. It is susceptible, yep, let's go with that word, to a bit of damage this bike when you're riding off-road. So it'd be good to put that on. We had a front sprocket case saver, and also I've got this, the B&B radiator guard, and that's going to be the giveaway. Here is the first product. This is the exhaust hanger. It is a rear foot peg delete as well. Look, do you need it? No, but have a look at it. It looks awesome, and it should save us a bit of weight as well. It's pretty reasonably priced too. The build quality is amazing just looking at it to begin with. So all we need is an Allen key by the looks of it, and that. Yeah, piece of piss. Oh man, they love their Loctite, these Chinese, I'll tell you that for sure. It's not a bad thing. Just a little heads up, pulling that rubber grommet out of the old exhaust was a mission and took way longer than it should have. What I ended up doing was putting it on the vise and then having a set of pliers on one end to pull it, and then pushing it through with a flat blade screwdriver on the other end. And I ended up getting it not too bad, but it took me a fair while to figure it out. Now I'm gonna put the thing back in. So a bit of spray, maybe a bit slippy, and it should be able to get in there all right. Then we'll chuck it on. Right, there it is, all installed. It took a bit longer than I thought just because that rubber grommet, but once I used my vise, it was really easy to do. I'll show you this side here. This is what I removed, just 2 bolts, really easy to do. Doesn't take long at all. Looks really nice, neatens up the rear of the bike, I think.
Next, we had the case saver. The main benefits of these are protecting your engine from damage, stopping the buildup of grime and mud, and easier access. I removed the standard plastic one, which involves a couple of bolts and taking off the rear linkage. There were no installation instructions, so I had to go off the photos on B&B's website. Once I got my head around it, it was actually pretty easy. I will say the case saver is massively overbuilt and bloody strong. Looks trick too.
Next we have the lower chain guard. Looks really easy to do, just 4 bolts. They supplied it all with washers. That bit will go underneath here, then that will attach to it. Holy shit, that's hot. That's been out in the sun. Woo! I don't have a garage at the moment, guys, so we're renovating. So that's why I'm always out here in the sun. Shit, that's hot. 2 bolts there. Where are they? Are they? There's one. Kill. And this one goes on here. I had this the wrong way around initially. I just had to put it so it's closer to the chain. That looks awesome. Very solid too. Next we've got our side luggage racks. These go well on the back. And then that one goes on there like that, and they screw together. So you can mount soft luggage and that straight onto these, or it's got something to fall onto and you can mount to. They look really trick, very well built. I have no idea how to install them. I'm just going off pictures they got, and I got a crap load of bolts here. We'll take apart the rear of the bike, and then we'll get stuck in. Don't lose them. We've got 2 pin clips as well. Actually not too hard to get off. There's 2 bolts and then 2 clips on the bottom, and you're going to give it a fair yank because it's got a rubber grommet that it pushes into. Not too bad. There's 2 bolts in the subframe already for it to attach to, and they line up perfectly. Amazing. Longer bolt goes at the back. Bingo. And that one goes there. Mate, that looks awesome. And it's got these points here you can attach soft luggage to. It looks like you can attach it directly to it, the actual unit, then some holes here to hook into. This goes there. I'll bolt that up, then I got to do the same on the other side. I mean, there's no instructions, but you can pretty well figure it out yourself. All these bolt nuts, that's if you don't drop everything. They'll line up perfectly so far. Everything on the B&B gear is just lining up perfectly. If you were to get an aftermarket exhaust, you might have to watch it touching. Here are the luggage racks on. They look so trick and tough, guys. The blacked out look on this bike is really coming along. They look fantastic. Great amount of clearance there. Really easy to put on. And strong, man, they are strong. They weigh about 2.5 kilos. So you're probably taking off a couple hundred. So you're gaining about 2 kilos, I'd say, if you're worried about that kind of thing. But man, they are impressive. They look absolutely fantastic. Next is the thing I'm most looking forward to. The bash plate. Look at the size of this thing. Massive. It's going to have amazing coverage. This extender bit to go on, and it's also got a linkage guard that we put underneath here. So that covers your rear suspension linkage. And this bit is the first bit that comes with instructions. Look, honestly, most of it's been really easy and self-explanatory, but still, I had to figure it out myself. So if you're a bit lost, just try go over my videos and see if you can figure it out by looking at what I've done or the pictures on their website. All right, I'm gonna read the instructions, get this stock piece of crap off, chuck this big rig on. Before we start, this is pretty cool, just a nice touch. They've labeled all the bolts, so linkage, mid to side, that's for the new brace we're putting on, front and rear. I like it, it's a nice little touch. I brought back everyone's favourite shorts for this video. Get out of there. Just putting on the rear bracket, which goes in this section here. It's actually not too hard to do so far. I will say the other side, you're just going to go around your clutch switch. It's worth noting that on my clutch switch, it's already a bit damaged. And I've only had the bike for, you know, however long. I'll leave that loose till we put the bash plate all on. We'll start with the front and work our way back. It says strictly to get all bolts in loosely and then do them up tight. Right. Shouldn't be too hard, all the bolts are here. That's one thing I found about this bike so far. Man, it's been great to work on. They've just thought about everything. And it's good to put a bash plate on before you get too crazy off-road. Well, that went on incredibly easy. I just got to tighten it all up now, but everything lined up perfectly. I'm always worried when that happens. It's like, what have I done wrong? Why is it working so well? Mate, how good does this bike look now with this B&B gear on it? All blacked out, it looks trick as, man. I'm absolutely wrapped with the look of this bike. Can't wait till I get the tyres on it. That'll really set it off. And yes, my Midas tyres are going on ASAP. I just wanted to wait till I had this gear on and the bike was running, because I know I'm gonna get silly off-road and rev the hell out of it and hit rocks and stuff. So that's going on ASAP before my next ride and the video after this. The build quality is brilliant. The welds and everything, fit and finish, fantastic. It's really trick on the back here. It's got loops in that to put your luggage through and extra tie down points everywhere. I will say the left-hand side, lining up the bolts and stuff, the side's at a bit of a different angle. That angle is like that on the right-hand side to meet with your exhaust. That one's kind of like that. So getting the bolts, you gotta get the Allen key in and twist it around. You couldn't just get the screw gun on it like this side. The front coverage on that bash plate, brilliant. Wraps around the engine in certain spots, and I'm really gonna get that protection of the exhaust and also the oil filter. I have to say, all the gear they have, I'm so happy with. The only thing I can fault is the instructions. There wasn't a lot going on there. There was only instructions for the bash plate. Everything else had to go off photos and that. They were easy to install, it just would have been nice to have instructions. Let's talk about the mods on the bike and what I think so far. We'll start with the suspension. I have added some compression to the front forks and taken out some reload and added some preload. That was on the recommendation from Joe from Ride Dynamics from my first ride video on it. Still got a lot of adjustability in it, which is good. The rear, I'm probably just gonna leave. I was really happy with that. We'll see how it is with this new gear on. I've added probably 3 kilos to the bike. I took off a kilo, but then I added some more to it. In terms of other mods, the seat is fantastic, the high seat, the snorkel out, the airbox isn't getting any more dirty than I think it would otherwise. Bark busters, I've tested them out a few times with some offs, they've been great. Not massive ones, but still come off, they've been great. Same with the OEM crash bars. No issues there, they're not bent or flexed, they've only come off lightly, but still been 200 kilograms falling on them and I haven't had any issues with them. I have had issues with the fueling. A couple of eagle eyes have noticed I had the clutch switch mod done. It wasn't quite a big improvement. However, I've gone back to normal because I had the first service done and I said to them, look, I'm not happy with the fueling, can you see what you can do? They changed a couple of little things. They said they installed a different map. I'm skeptical on that. It says it's the same map on the dash, but hey, I'm not sure. It does feel slightly improved, but it has the same issues. The issues are low speed fueling isn't great. When you're taking off from the lights, every now and again there's a bit of a hole. So you'll take off and it feels like you're gonna stall and then it goes, and then it takes off. And small throttle openings. If you're going down rocky descents or slow descents off-road, it's kind of really bucks and jolts around. And then in certain parts of fuel range, rev range, it does it too. A lot of time, it's fine, it's great. Especially when you're riding hard, you won't have any issues, or even in medium throttle openings. Last thing I want to touch on is the AHU unit. I've got it mounted up here. I'm not sure if you remember, but I put it through a bolt up the top. If you're riding off-road a lot, don't put it there, it moves a bit too much. On-road, no issues at all. And the dash itself, yeah, it's plasticky and cheap, but I'm actually pretty happy with it. It's responsive, works quickly, it's a little bit slow to turn on. Connect to Android Auto, it takes about 10 seconds, but brightness isn't too bad at all in full sun, and I'm having to turn it down at night time. Look, it's cheap and cheerful. It's literally the definition of that. It's cheap, but it does the job. And don't forget, we've got a giveaway for this video. It is a black radiator guard from B&B Engineering, and it's for this bike, the CFMOTO 450, and it's for Australian viewers only. For that, you have to put a comment down below on why you bought the CFMOTO 450. Best comment wins, and I'll be choosing it. All right, everyone, that's it from me. If you haven't, make sure you put a comment down below for the giveaway. Hit that subscribe button and check out my other content. I just did a review on the Triumph Speed Twin. That bike is a lot of fun, so make sure you check that out. I review other bikes as well. You know, I like riding everyday bikes along with the adventure bikes and dual sports. All right, click that subscribe button and keep it on the back wheel. Catches.